Thank you very much for joining us today. We have a very special guest on this Business World series. This is for one of our publications called Business World Applause, where we celebrate leaders, especially women leaders. We have a series on them. And since what has been happening around in the entrepreneur space is that it's largely towards men. Is dominated by, it's a male dominated industry, and overall leadership itself is a male dominated concept. So here we have a women leader. I will briefly introduce her. Ravit Darogar, is, have I pronounced it right? She is
Yes,
an
you got
immigrant from Israel, and she came to USA in 2009, right, for the first time.
that's right. Hmm.
And for the last decade, more than a decade, she has been, she's based out of US, and she has set up her own venture. She's the owner and founder of Forever
No
Magic
problem.
Cosmetics. And she has, in the last few years, she has set up a great example of what women leaders can do in this space. So today, let me quickly go back to my conversation. And the first question to you is, how difficult has, when you look back at the journey that is there, well, what would you call the main highlights of the journey?
The highlight of the journey is that basically I learn about myself. It's not even about the business. Before I launched 2 years ago, there was a process of developing the product, and I didn't believe that I have the skill of being entrepreneur. I mean, I knew that it's something that I would like to do. But when I start the journey, I basically jump into the deep water and start swimming. And slowly, slowly, the highlight was that we can overcome every obstacles that are around us. It's just a matter of want to deal with obstacles. And it was amazing journey because I learned about myself, not just about me being entrepreneur and a businesswoman. I learned also about my skills and my willpower, about my strengths, and that's what make it more unique because I saw that even with my accent, with the barrier of the language, with the low self-confidence of moving from Israel to US, such a big country with so many cultures, and not being American native born here, I saw that I have the capability and we are all can make it in the business world and also for personal development. So that's basically one of the highlights.
Right, right. When it comes to beauty and cosmetics, especially this industry, in the last few years since Instagram has become famous, I think people, the looking, the good looking, and the part of looking good is itself a huge industry that has been booming. Has it been relatively easier to develop in this particular sector, or it has a challenge like any other sector?
So it depends who you ask, but if you ask me, I think social media make it easier because you can reach to a border, you can reach everywhere, you can reach to a wide audience. I have a beauty influencer from India actually that they promote my product. I have beauty influencer from Pakistan, like from Asia, from Middle East, from US, from all over the world. So a lot of my competitive, they say that actually become difficult because every day, I don't know if people are familiar, but your viewers, there are so many brands. Every month there is like only in US like 5,000 brands, new brands that launching. So yes, it's a very competitive field, but at the same time, if you have a unique voice, if you have something, some kind of a different message or more than just selling a product, and you want to bring it out to the audience, so you can do that. Before you had to have a huge budget in order to go to a TV commercial, only doing the production like 50,000, then buying the media. You can add up 100,000, 200,000 easily just trying to bring your audience. Now you can do it with just a matter of click. You can take a you can do it with your iPhone. You can start with baby step, and then later on, once your business grow, you can buy a professional camera and hire a production company. So to me, there is more opportunities out there, even though that it's very competitive.
Right. Tell me, as a women entrepreneur or women leader, there are a lot of other women who are looking up at setting up their own ventures, and they get stuck and they face challenges, and some give up. How do you kind of encourage them? What would be your suggestion if there are more women who want to look at you, get inspired, start their own businesses? What would you like to tell them?
That's a great question, and I've been asked this question all the time when I go to events. I think it's about I just spoke to my spouse about it. It's about the baby steps.
Right.
You cannot just look at the end and say, oh my God, this is too much. I cannot handle it. Financially, it's difficult. Doing it by myself is difficult. You know, when you're an entrepreneur, when it's a startup, you have so many hats that you put on. You from anywhere from marketing to graphic designer to not always you have the budget to hire people. So you literally have to do everything. You have to do the quality control. You have to do the shipping. And then slowly when you grow, you hire people. But if you look at the small picture, you look at the baby steps that you're making and the milestones that you accomplish slowly, you feel more comfortable. But once you look at the end goal, you become overwhelmed. So
Right.
my recommendation to you out there, they want to open a business, start small and step by step. It's okay if it doesn't continue right away and sales coming in, but be consistent and just do the small steps. Because if you look at the major picture, eventually all these small steps together add up to a big one.
In an entrepreneur's journey, we have always read that. I mean, in my interviews with all of them, most of them have said that coming to terms with failure, rejection, is part of the journey. Have
Yeah.
there been such incidents during your course of setting up the business, and how did you manage to deal with it? Is emotional strength as important as the product idea? How do you see the correlation between the two?
Um, I heard so many times, no, it's unbelievable. It's part of the journey. And when I hear no, it's actually push me forward to continue. Um, it's like selling a house. You have a house and so many people come and you just need one offer. You need
Right.
one opportunity. Same here. You need one opportunity, somebody to partner with you and make you feel that he believe in your product and push you forward. I cannot reveal at the moment, but I'm in a negotiation and the process of taking my product to a major company. And this is a partner, they believe in me and I feel comfortable working with them. So it's not about the quantity, how many you work with. It's about the right partner. It's about somebody believe in your idea and really invest in your idea. So that's why to me it's like this just pushed me forward, and I know it's part of the process. And also challenge, it let me understand how do I deal with challenges. If everything was easy in life, so what the point?
Right, right, right. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, that's the mark of a great entrepreneur. There's also, a lot of millennial consumers or customers, if I may call them. They look at ethical brands. There's a lot of debate about socially responsible brands. Have you taken this factor into account when you're developing your products? And what are those factors that make your brand also socially, ethically, in the sense that environmentally caring, all of those factors? Is that important in today's consumer journey, if I may call
Super important to my opinion. By the end of the day, as you see now, with the pandemic, the coronavirus, we all feel how important it is to take care of of this
Yeah,
earth.
environment. Yes.
Yes, the environment. There is no pollution like it used to be. All of a
Mm.
sudden, I walk in LA and I see the sky is bright and beautiful. People use less bottle, and they care about the environment. There's animals and birds that we never seen coming out to the city, which is their territory. So
Right.
the little things that I can do with my brand is to choose a product that they vegan, that they don't use any animal ingredients, and cruelty free. All the vendors that I work with, they don't test on animals, and I make sure that that's the goal of my brand, and it stay like that. At the same time, we donate money every transaction on our website. $1 from each transaction go to a nonprofit organization, which we have two of them that at the moment we donate. One of them is American Cancer Association, and the other one is if it's organizations that feed the homeless people in LA. Unfortunately, it's a big problem all over the world, especially now with the crisis of economy. A lot of people losing their home and their businesses. So that's the small part that I can do as a upcoming brand. I wish that I will have more of the funds to even grow it more and create like a really that's my goal, to create a non-profit organization in the beauty industry that will help a bride that cannot have makeup and hair done because she cannot afford it for a wedding day, or go to hospital and do a makeover for a patient cancer. So that's something that I'm working on, and hopefully I can do that in the next year.
Since I am based out of India, my question very, I mean, interested in knowing that how important is India as a market for the beauty the industry, the cosmetic industry globally? Is India, I mean, of course, there are huge consumers here, but how, suppose our weddings are huge and one of the massive industry here, and the kind of cosmetics used during our weddings and social
Right.
ceremonies is huge. Is India a very important market from the global perspective?
I think it's super important. I searched a little bit about the beauty industry in India, and over there, as you know, wedding is so important. It takes a week. There is a full
Yes,
ceremony.
absolutely.
It's one of the most important things, which I think is very, very beautiful. I've never been in an Indian wedding. I wish I will have the opportunity to go. So the bride needs a good product for her eyebrow. You know, they sweat a lot, they dance.
Right.
It's part of the tradition. So it's a huge industry in India, and that's why I'm in the process of getting my product to India. And I think also because majority have like the dark skin, so it can match to my colors that I have, and
Right.
it would be perfect for them.
Right. I have three more questions before I wind up. My next question is about, according to you, what would be some of the broad trends that would define the beauty industry in the coming time? Will it, product wise, will it be ultra niche? Will it be having a wider portfolio? Will it be something affordable? What would be the broad trends?
So I think that people want more luxurious prestige makeup.
Mm.
Even in India, I heard that the ladies like to invest in product, and even if it's a higher tag, if it's a good quality, they prefer that. I see that slowly from the um, less quality made in outside US product, there is a shift for consumer to buy more product made in US,
Right.
especially after this
Right.
pandemic that we're going through. People more feel comfortable with the product that
Right.
healthy. For example, my product, so I made sure that it doesn't have bad ingredients like paraben, mineral oil, fatless triclosan, sodium lauryl salt, salt flake, and it's made. The gel is made in US. So I could have take this production everywhere. I couldn't go to China. I couldn't go to anywhere, but I chose to keep it here, even that it's pricey, but I feel like I know what I'm giving to my customer. So I think there will be a shift toward more healthy, organic, vegan, cruelty-free products in the beauty industry.
Right. Apart from having a great product and a great marketing, the design is also very important. How much of focus, how do you maintain, I mean, what is your strategy for that unique design, that compelling design that you see and you want to buy?
Yeah, so when I developed this product, a lot of
Right.
people told me it's looked like a chocolate box or a Christmas gift. And this was my goal. My goal was to create something unique. The product like opened like in two section. Then you have inside like a brush, a dual brush, which is super important with an angle and a spoolie. A lot of the eyebrow products, they don't come with a brush, and I wanted to make it like a kit, very convenient to the eyes. And then also you see my theme is like rose gold, like shiny and very luxury look. And it took me a long time. There's a lot of detail in the box, and you see all this cutting, and it wasn't easy to find a vendor with a good price that I can produce that. And the creating the two colors, I had to create my own machine. I had to literally put a head of engineer and noodle all around like machine parts, because nobody knew how to pour the two colors together. So I think that if you decide to go to a journey of creating something in every field, take the time to details, because customer eventually will appreciate that. Big corporation will appreciate it. Take the time to create something different. Even that it's more money, or you like scare because it's not the standard how the industry does things. I believe in it. And I think that part of my success is creating something different. And when I was developing my product before I launched, so a lot of close people to me were saying, no, just do a black box, something simple and small and cheap, cheap. Everybody likes cheap, cheap, cheap. I said, no, my personality is like that. I'm not bringing to the market something like that. So it took time and effort and money, but I think that for the long run, not for the short one, for the long run, it will be way worth
Right.
it.
Yes, I mean, the name, as you said, forever is there for a reason, right? Right.
Yes.
My final question is about, a lot of companies, fundraising and all of that has become very popular, especially among the US based entrepreneurs and globally also. But I'm just saying that US is a hub of funds staying there and people look at. Have you ever thought about it? And second, what is your vision for your company over the next 2 years?
Good question. um, at the moment, during my process, I was the one that founding everything. It was my own equity, and I put in the company because I believe in the idea. And I believe that if a founder does not believe in his idea and invest in it, nobody will want to invest in your company. First,
Right.
you need to believe in it, and then people will come. And right now, I'm in a process of licensing my product to a very professional marketing company. I don't mind sharing my vision with others as long as it's my vision. And one of the major thing is that I will be involved in the process because I create the product, and the person that I'm going to partner with, he said to me something very interesting. He said, you are the mother. This is your baby. You create it. We don't want to take your baby away from the mother. So that's why it made me very comfortable doing that. And but I do believe that first you need to invest in your idea. you have to take it out to the market, see the feedback, and show, like, it's called social media proof. There is so many reviews on our website and on Facebook page, like over 300 reviews in English, in Spanish. Every paragraph is like a long paragraph. People volunteer. They love the product so much that they go and review it. So first have the social proof, and then you can always bring investor or people to partner with, or collaboration with company, because at the end of the day, a business, in order to grow, needs money, and a lot of money. So that's nothing bad about that, but you do have to do the steps in the beginning by yourself and show that there is potential out there.